Hey you guys, welcome back. I just want to do a quick video today about the election. I know a lot of you guys are upset, crying. You can feel the energy, you can feel the tension in the air. And I would like to offer a different perspective. I'm a woman of a certain age. I've been through a lot of elections, a lots of wins, lots of disappointments when it comes to the elections. But I've learned that really neither one of the parties cares about us in general as humanity. And we have to take our power back from these dynamics, this matrix. And we have to stop relying so heavily on the system. People are upset about, oh, we might be losing our Social Security, we might be losing our health care. Diabetics might be having to pay really a lot of money for their medicine. You know, women's rights, abortion rights, all these things. Let's take our power back. If the system is not going to give us what we need, then we need to give it to ourselves. Think about it. What did our grandparents do? How did our grandparents handle it? They weren't relying on the system. They didn't rely on the system. They went out and made a way for themselves. So if we have to form communities, like-minded communities, to support each other, we have to get to a more natural state of living. Meaning, we have to get back to herbal remedies, or at least start incorporating them into our lives. We don't have to depend upon traditional pharmaceuticals for our medicine. Don't get me wrong, there are people who are on traditional pharmaceuticals and they really, really need them. However, if you can start incorporating more natural remedies into your life, please do so. Please do so. And then you can slowly start weaning yourself off of medicines and whatnot, because our grandparents, our great-grandparents didn't rely on that. They went out into the yard, they got them some ginger, they made some tea, they made a hot toddy with the whiskey, and our grandparents and great-grandparents were very hardy, strong, healthy people, and they lived really long. They lived really long. My grandma was like almost 90 when she died, and hardly ever went to the doctor. She took care of herself, and that's what I'm doing. I learned to take care of my own health. I'm a woman of a certain age. You know, I'm a Gen X, and I haven't been sick. I'm not sick. I don't have diabetes, cancer, any of that, because I take care of my own health. Same thing with jobs. We have to have more sources of income. We have to have more than one income. We can't rely on these jobs for our security. Back in the day, you could have one job. You could retire from that one job, but not anymore. We have to find alternative ways to get what we need done without relying on the system so much. There's more than one way to do things, and people are freaking out. We have to start thinking outside of the box. Stop it. We are not that powerless. We're really not. Start thinking differently. If we can't get what we need here through the front door, we go through the back. We can't get it from the back, we go through the basement. We go through the roof. That's how that's supposed to work. But we are so programmed to believe that we can only get what we need in one way. And that's not correct. That's not correct. So instead of freaking out, think about, okay, so what can I do differently? What can I do differently to get my needs met? Do I need to start another business or start a business? Do I need to get more herbs in my house? Do I need to start eating better so I won't rely on having to go to the doctor as often? How can I help people in my community? Do I need to have like-minded community groups? Let me start a community group, and then we can support each other. If I don't have something and the person in my community group needs it, we can do a swap. We have to get back into a more basic minded, community minded living. And that's what I think, because we feel so much pressure now, because we feel this insane amount of pressure that we're losing our rights. I think that's where we're headed. We're going to have to in order to survive. We're going to have to if we have to in order to survive. And it's not impossible because our grandparents did it, and our great grandparents did it, and the great grandparents did it. We have to make our own clothes, get back into sewing. It may not be what we want, but it is what it is. We have to divest. We have to start divesting. Yes, it's going to be hard because we're so trained to invest into the system. But that's no longer working for a lot of us. Even for me, I'm still working, and I'm divesting from working that 9 to 5. I'm trying to get a 100% remote job because I'm not trying to go into these jobs and spend all of my energy, and I get home and I can't do anything because I'm exhausted. That's how I'm divesting. I'm not giving up my job 110%, but I'm thinking out of the box. I'm doing something different for me. Because as Gen Xers, we were taught to work hard, 9 to 5, stay there forever, retire. And it was very difficult for me to think outside of the box when it comes to my needs and override that programming. So I'm not going to go on and on. Just start thinking outside of the box on how you can get your needs met other than within the system. So tell me down below, what do you think about what I said? And are you going to try to do something different? Or are you just going to try to, keep trudging forward and hoping that we'll get some people within the Senate and the House and a new president that's going to really look out for us when we really need to start looking out for ourselves? Okay? Until next time.